Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Um Today, what am I doing today? Today, I'm going to show you how to lean on a motorbike. Most of the people are always asking, so how do you turn on a super bike? And questions like, so what do you have to do? I think even most of the guys that I even ride with, some of them, they're not really familiar with what needs to be done. So yeah.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll find a way. Live your truth and goodwill.
So we are going to start with the sitting position. So by sitting position, if you want to lean, there are certain things that you have to sort out in terms of your posture when you are sitting. So let me show you. If you realize, most of the times you can sit maybe closer to here, or maybe in the middle part, or at the back. Usually, most people they don't use here. It just depends with your body structure. So yeah, I'm a little bit tall. I'm choosing the right bike because of their height. Usually, sports bike riders are short, but if you can test around the various bikes that are there in the 1000cc category, as a tall rider, you should be fine. So, pretty much, this is the sitting posture. And one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that if you are leaning, you have both your hands on the on the on the bike. So if you're leaning, now you need to make sure that you see. So one thing, if you want to lean, what you should do is that you be having your foot pegs. Most of the people, they put their foot pegs like this, right? You should make sure that you are using your toes just like this to grip. So one thing you have to keep in mind is that this is a bad riding position of foot. If you put your foot on your foot pegs like this, you don't have much liberty to move around on the bike, because it will limit you if you want to shift from left to right or right to left. So one thing you should always make sure when you're riding your bike is that your toes are the ones on the footrest, making sure that if you wanna go on the brakes, you can just go and then come back. Unlike if you are like this, you can accidentally push onto your brakes if you are riding. So it takes a little bit of practice for you to ride in that position. But privileged enough for short people, most of them, yeah, they just go into this position straight up. So the other thing now, if you want to lean, so we have something that we call butt movement. If you want to move to your left, right, like this, you always move your butt to the left, and then you lean into the corner. Then the same thing applies if you are going to the right. You should make sure that your footrests are always on the toes. It helps you to quickly move around the bike and make sure that you're going in the right direction that you want to go. So you make sure that if you are going to the right, the first thing is to move your butt to the right, and then you lean into the curve, and then also that's when you have to do and practice throttle control. So yeah, that's lesson number one. Most of the times, if you lean your body like this, right, and then probably maybe you are still going wide, you can just move your head closer to the left, and then you see your bike going in the right direction that you want. So if you're leaning right, another thing that you should make sure is that if you're leaning to the right, when you lean, this leg will hug onto your tank, right, just to keep control of things when you're leaning into the corner. That way you'll be rest assured that you have full control of your bike. Same applies if you're leaning to the other side. So you just move your butt and all that. That's that. So the idea is that when you're leaning, you want your bike to have a lot of traction, right? You want your bike to have a lot of traction. So you should try by all means to keep your bike upright as much as you can. Then you lean into the corner. Sometimes you see people leaning the bike into the corner and then their body is facing sideways. Just like sometimes how the dirt bike riders do it. Yes, it works most of the times if you're riding a dirt bike, but if you're riding a sports bike on the highway or on the track, you want to make sure that you're leaning the right way and you don't get yourself in trouble.
Last rodeo written on my back window. I've never tried this before. I met you. Here we go into the wildness unknown. You seem to shift what I thought that I knew.
So I think that's that for today, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's still growing, still a small baby. It needs your support, guys. Yeah, I think that's all for today. Then the next issue will be throttle control. Yes, when you're leaning, you need to practice good throttle control. Otherwise, you might also lose traction and think that you didn't lean properly. So leaning is not just about putting your leg over. It's about trying to hang away from the bike, keeping it straight as much as possible, and finding a good line when you're leaning. Also, we'll talk about that whilst riding. Cheers, guys.